Hello and welcome to BottomLine. I'm Prabhu Chawla. Today we are going to talk about West Bengal, and West Bengal means obviously Mamata Didi, because West Bengal is now synonymous with Mamata Didi alone. There are some questions in politics that are not really questions at all. They are verdicts waiting to be delivered. And the question hanging over the West Bengal in 2026 is exactly the kind of question. And that the question is, can Mamata Banerjee, the woman who single-handedly dismantled 34 years of left-front rule, who stared down the combined might of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah and won, who had turned Bengal into her personal political fiefdom, can she do it once again? Can she do it for the fourth time? That means, can she win a fourth consecutive term? And here is what makes 2026 genuinely different from every election before it. This time, Mamata is not fighting one battle. She is fighting for simultaneously a better organized, better funded political opposition, an election commission whose decisions she challenged in the Supreme Court, a narrative war that brands her as the chief minister who traded Bengal's security for minority votes, and 15 years of accumulative anti-incumbency that no welfare scheme can fully erase. But against all of that, she has something that her opponents cannot manufacture, cannot buy, and cannot replicate. We will get to that little later. Stay with me for a few minutes. Let us start with the data, because numbers do not lie. They don't have a political affiliation. When Mamata Banerjee won Bengal in 2011, the TMC took 184 seats. Vote share, 39%. In 2016, fighting entirely alone, TMC won 211 seats. Vote share climbed to 45%. And in 2021, when the Prime Minister held rallies at a relentless pace, when the Home Minister relocated to Calcutta for weeks, when the BJP deployed every instrument of central power it possessed, TMC won 215 seats. Vote share crossed 48%, almost nearing 50%. 3 elections, more seats each time, more votes each time. The trend never reversed, not even once since 2011. The Lok Sabha numbers tell the same story. In 2024, TMC won 29 seats with 46% of the vote share, her highest Lok Sabha vote share ever. What does this tell us? It tells us that Mamata's core base, the women, the minorities, the rural, has not eroded. It has grown. Scandal, corruption, charges, central agency raids, none of it has dented that fundamental loyalty to her. That is her foundation. That is what the BJP has been trying to crack for the past 1 decade. And so far, it has not cracked substantially. Now we come to the dimension of this election that national media consistently underestimates. Mamata has built something that goes beyond a political party. She has built a women movement dressed in political clothing, and that may be the most durable and most decisive advantage in her favor. Look at who leads the TMC's most visible campaigns. Sayani Ghosh, actor, activist, member of parliament, who campaigns with an energy and articulateness that makes many male politicians look like flat by comparison. Chandrama Bhattacharya, Shashi Panja, Ratna Devnath. These are not decorative figures. These are politicians with real portfolios, real constituencies, and real political weight. At the grassroots level, in villages, in panchayats, in ward committees, the picture is the same. TMC's booth-level organization in rural Bengal is disproportionately run by women who know every family, who manage the welfare distribution, who show up at the wedding and funeral and maintain the relationship that ultimately translate into votes on election day. Now contrast this with the BJP. Their most prominent Bengal face are Suvendu Adhikari, Dilip Ghosh, Sukanta Majumdar, the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, all men. The BJP's national leadership overwhelmingly male-dominated. Its Bengal leadership overwhelmingly male-dominated. Its rally stages are overwhelmingly male. This is not just a cosmetic difference. It is a profound strategic disadvantage in a state where women constitute more than half the electorate and where women votes have been decisive in the last 3 elections. 2 crore and 15 lakh women receive Lakshmir Bhandar, between 1,000 and 1,200 rupees every month directly in their accounts. BJP has promised 3,000. Mamata has promised to raise this to 1,700 rupees for families where the monthly income is 3,000 to 4,000 rupees a month. This is not a political gesture. This is food on the table, Medicare for the children, school fees paid. When a woman in rural Bengal enters the voting booth, she is making a choice that feels personal, not political. And that personal choice has gone to Didi 3 times in a row. Now we come to the most serious charge Mamata faces, the one the BJP has placed at the absolute center of its campaign. The accusation is this, that under Mamata's government, illegal infiltration from Bangladesh has been allowed to continue deliberately because these infiltrators from a loyal TMC vote, they form a very big chunk. And that her governance has been shaped by systematic policy of minority appeasement that privileges Muslim voters over Bengal's Hindu majority. This is not a fringe allegation. It is the BJP's primary argument. It's amplified daily across national television, social media and prime ministerial speeches, and it deserves honest examination. Let us look at the facts. West Bengal shares a 2,200-kilometer border with Bangladesh. It is one of the most porous international borders in the world. Infiltration across this border has been a documented reality for decades, through the left front era, through Congress government before that. The Border Security Force, which is central government force under the Home Ministry, is also responsible for securing the border. It has never been under Mamata direct command. She only allots land, which she is refusing to do. That is according to the BJP. The BJP argument that infiltration has accelerated under Mamata is contested by data. No national register of citizens exercise has been completed in Bengal, and the central government, which controls the BSF and the intelligence agency, has never pushed for one with the urgency it brings to the campaign trail. That is contradiction worth noting. What is factually true is that Bengal has a Muslim population of approximately 27%. And it is true that the TMC receives a maximum share of Muslim votes. Whether this is deliberate appeasement or the natural result of a party that has delivered welfare, security and representation to the community that has historically felt vulnerable, that is the interpretative question at the heart of the debate. Mamata's response has 3 layers. First, the border is Delhi's responsibility. If infiltration is happening, why has the central government with its BSF and intelligence agency not fixed it? That is a fair question. It has not been answered convincingly so far, except that land has not been allotted for the border fencing. Second, every voter on the rolls is a verified Indian citizen. The Election Commission manages voter registration. If illegal immigrations are on the rolls, the Commission, as another central body, has failed in its duty. It is being contested. EC's credibility is at stake. Third, and this is the most politically powerful argument she always gives, she says the infiltration narrative is a manufactured crisis designed to polarize Bengal's Hindu vote, to create fear where none is warranted, to give the BJP a communal election when it cannot win a development even. But here is the honest assessment as far as I know. Mamata has also made choices that give the narrative genuine traction beyond its manufactured element. The initial response to Sandesh Khali, where allegations of serious crimes against women were linked to TMC functionaries, was widely seen as a protective of the accused rather than the victim. The response caused genuine damage, not just politically, but to the trust of Bengal women who had been Mamata as their champion, who have seen Mamata as their champion. Similarly, there have been documented instances of selective law enforcement, of district administration applying different standards in different communities. That fed the appeasement narrative with something more than humor. The political challenge is stark. Mamata needs the Muslim vote, all 27% of it, to Bengal to retain it for the fourth time. There is no mathematical path to 215 seats without it. That is an electoral reality, but the manner in which that vote is quoted has given the BJP an opening that it has exploited with considerable skill. Her answer in 2026 is to make Bengal identity the unifying frame. Both Hindu and Muslim Bengalis are under attack from Delhi, she argues. Their voter names are deleted, their cultural autonomy threatened, their political choices being overridden by government that has never understood Bengal. Whether Bengal's Hindu votes accept that framing, whether the BJP Hindu consolidation proves more powerful, may be the single most consequential question of the entire election. Now the battle most channels skip entirely. Most media people skip it. The battle against the Election Commission. Under the special intensive revision process, approximately 90 lakhs names have been retrieved from West Bengal voter rolls. Mamata alleges between 32 and 54 lakh genuine voters, disproportionately poor Muslim and TMC supporters were removed using AI-based filters without adequate human verification. She is in the Supreme Court and is being heard on a day-to-day basis. The BJP calls them Bangladeshi infiltrators. Consider the contradiction. If those deleted were infiltrators, then the Election Commission had been verifying infiltrators as Indian citizens for years. You cannot simultaneously argue that the Commission is a neutral and competent body and that it spent decades registering illegal immigrants. Both cannot be true. Bengal is a state where dozens of constituencies are decided with margins of hundreds to few thousand votes. Even if a fraction of those deletions involved genuine voters, the consequences of dozens of marginal seats could be decisive. This one variable, more than anything else, any rally, more than alliance, may determine who governs Bengal after May 4. 15 years in power create real baggage. Syndicate Raj documented and court acknowledged the nepotism question around Abhishek Banerjee, creating quick internal disloyalty among senior leaders who built the DMC through decades of struggle. The RG Kar rape and murder case wounding Mamata on the very ground of her stronger moral claim, women protection dignity. Sandesh Khali compounding that wound. Educated youth leaving Bengal in search of opportunities that do not exist in their own state. An industrial record that welfare scheme cannot fully compensate for. And 74 sitting MLAs denied tickets, bold as a signal of change, but creating 74 potentially disgruntled operators who may quietly work against their own party. So where does all of this leave us? Mamata entered 2026 fighting on more fronts than any previous election. Against the BJP's political financial muscle, against the Election Commission she has taken to court, against the infiltration and appeasement narrative that's given her opponents their most potent weapon, and against 15 years of accumulated anti-incumbency. And yet, her vote share trend is upward. Her welfare machine is functioning. Her women leaders campaign with passion and ground-level credibility. The BJP simply cannot match. Her personal connect with the women of Bengal, 2 crore 15 lakh of whom received Lakshmir Bhandar directly, remains the deepest and most durable political bond in the state. The Ghuspatia and appeasement charge is her most serious vulnerability. Not because it is entirely true, much of it is manufactured and amplified as well, but because it contains enough threads of genuine concern to make it credible to a significant number of Bengali Hindu voters who might otherwise vote TMC. How many of those voters in the BJP converts will determine the margin of this election? If Mamata wins, she becomes the most powerful challenger to the BJP dominance ahead of 2029. The leader who beat the Modi machine twice or thrice, possibly 3 times, and record that she stood for 25 years. The largest unbroken ministerial tenure in Indian history. If she loses, Bengal enters the new era, the TMC fractures, and Indian politics loses one of its most singular, combative, and irrepressible figure. Mamata has spent her entire political life fighting battles she was not supposed to win. She won most of them. In 2026, surrounded by opponents on every side, she is fighting the biggest battle all alone. The women of Bengal will have the final say, and they usually say it for Didi in the past. They have been saying in the past. But what next, we don't know. That is Bengal 2026. What do you think? Will Mamata win a fourth term? Is the infiltration charge genuine or manufactured? Tell me in my comments on my video. Every single one gets read. I will read them. Please like my video, share, subscribe. See you in the next one. This is enough for BottomLine for this today. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.